WWE, ladies and gentlemen, has been sold. And Vince McMahon back in creative. Auska, Bobby Lashley not happy at WrestleMania. We got a lot to talk about. Let's get it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do it.
Nate Go-Yard.
Bitch, I'm a ball, bitch, I'm a ball. Don't get no ball, don't get no ball. What's in my cup? What's in my cup? All of that punch, nigga, that punch. Bitch, I'm a ball, ballin' like Kobe. Ho, keep it moving, cause you do not know me. Bitch, I'm a ball, ballin' like Kobe. Ho, keep it moving, cause you do not know me. Bitch, I'm a ball, can't talk in Milwaukee. Tell my dog sick of me, ain't do no barking. Catch me some greens, you know I'ma spark it. Mama got ass, told her to arch it. Pull up at the spot, hop out and don't park it. Bino say, always keep one in the cartridge. With Joey out pepper, so we going toxic. Came from the swamp to visit the tropics. Check out the scenery. Tell her mama to the backwoods right by the lake. And I had some weed on me. Had to retire my cup, but it still doubled up. So pour out some lean for me. We took an edible, feeling incredible. Fed away into the sheets. Hustle and flow as you need. Easy to see.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode, another video of the Mount Gooley channel. Also, this will be on the Ruthless Aggression podcast playlist channel as well. If you are new to this channel, please hit that like button, subscribe, comment, make sure you hit the notification bell so you won't miss any of my videos when I go live or when I post videos or when I post shorts or anything. And if you also want to follow me, you can follow me on Twitter at Malgooley. And if you also want to have an Instagram page, you can follow me there at Malgooley too. All right. What a hangover. A WrestleMania hangover. I mean, night one and night two, WrestleMania 39 in the books. Night one gave us a lot of memorable moments. Night two gave us some memorable moments, in WWE giving us the biggest swerve. I think one of the biggest WrestleMania swerves, not having Cody come out of WrestleMania defeating Roman Reigns, which has got everybody talking and even a little angry. But hey, we will see. Do the recording of this. We will see the Raw after WrestleMania. See if things happen and what's next for the story going forward for Roman Reigns and Cody. But the biggest news of the day, ladies and gentlemen, is WWE has been sold, has been bought and sold. WWE has been bought and sold, by Endeavor Group Holdings Incorporated. This is the same company that's with the UFC. And WWE and UFC will merge to create a $21.4 billion sports entertainment company, with Endeavor will take 51% and the WWE shareholders with the 49%. And I gotta say right now, this is, you can tell that this, you know what, you can tell by waking up this morning, you know, you're getting ready for work, you're getting ready for all this, and you know, like WrestleMania, you know, after WrestleMania is done, it's a new year for the WWE. And speaking of a new year, it's also a new era. You know, the McMahon era is basically done. I mean, them selling the company to Endeavor, the same company that, you know, has UFC, and now you have, you know, you sold it. And the funny thing about this is, imagine being Shane McMahon. Remember back in the day when UFC first started, Shane literally told his father, Vince McMahon, hey, we need to, you know, get this now before it becomes a commodity. Now look back, now go forward now, all these years later, Vince is selling his baby to the UFC. Something to Endeavor, sorry. You know, it's just so funny to me. If you're Shane McMahon right now, and also prayers up to Shane McMahon, who tore his quad yesterday on night 2 of WrestleMania. Oh man, like you have to feel for the guy. You really have to feel for him. And if you're Shane, like you got to be literally saying you got to be freaking kidding me if you're Shane McMahon. But hey, I think $21.4 billion can literally attest to that to make anybody happy. Shoot, more money than any of us here would ever dream of making. And I love the fact that, well, number one, well, they talked about Dana White. Dana White, he will still be the president, still running UFC. Nick Khan obviously will still be the president of the WWE. And, with Vince McMahon selling this, he wants to make, combine of the UFC product and the WWE product, making this whole big global phenomenon of sports. And you know what? The folks of Endeavor, they're happy with this decision. Obviously, they're happy with this decision. But now you get because April is also that time where the budget cuts and all of this. We would have to see through the coming months, weeks and months on where do we take place here, and being sold, being combined. 49% of the WB shareholders, they still have their stake, and they're also being told that there will be, 6 new members of the board guarding for this decision. And how do I feel about this? It's a new era. It's a new era. WrestleMania 39, think about this, the last WrestleMania with the McMahons basically owning WB. I mean, it's surreal. This lets you know this is a new year. It's a new beginning. It's a new chapter in the world of, the wrestling world that is the WWE universe. I mean, but you also got to remember too that there was also a lot of potential buyers as well. Some being Amazon, ESPN was in the mix. Disney was in the mix. ESPN Disney was in the mix. NBC was in the mix of trying up for owning WWE. I'm not mad at this. I'm not, as you all know, I'm not a big UFC guy, but hey, ever since Endeavor got UFC, hey, they money went up, and that's all it's about. It's about making money. And with the success that Endeavor has with UFC right now, I expect even Vince McMahon expects the same with WWE. WWE will probably be super on bank mode with the Endeavor with the Endeavor endorsement and all the sell to that. And speaking of that, let's talk about Vince McMahon on creative. Yeah, Vince McMahon is back in creative on a higher. He said he will be back in creative and on a higher level after the sale. And he quoted saying, asking about, and he quoted saying yes about him being in creative. Like, would he make those creative changes? He said yes and no. On a higher level, yes, in the weeds, which I always love to set in the weeds in the past, but no, he can't do that. I don't know what that means, but the way how I'm taking it, because last night a lot of people assumed that Vince McMahon was the one that made that decision on having Roman go over Cody, but that wasn't the case. Vince McMahon was more like a supervisor, while Triple H was the one in full control. So Triple H is still the head of creative. Vince McMahon is just there. Vince McMahon is just there to just basically ask questions, how this go in creative. He's back as an executive, as an employee for the WWE. But yeah, Triple H, guys, I know Vince being in creative, I know some of y'all are just rolling your eyes. He's back in creative, but he may be back in creative, but he's not the head of creative. And with Triple H so far, ever since him being in creative, I've liked what Triple H has done in creative, and hopefully him and Vince can, obviously they can The way how Triple H has been doing it, hey, we're gonna have to see on the tonight's episode of Raw on where we go from here. But creatively, Vince McMahon is back, but he'll be on a higher level. He'll be mostly more involved in creative, but he's not gonna have the final say. That will be Triple H. And now the final news here, as you all know, 0-5 for Auska. Oh my God, I did not know that Auska has lost 5 WrestleManias. Did not know that. She posted a tweet saying maybe she should go back to Japan, but kind of cryptic tweet a little bit saying she wants to run the women's division. It's only like let's see what they go from here, because I don't know about you guys. I love Bianca Belair, but I thought Auska was going to win the Raw Women's Championship, but I was wrong on that front. Bianca retained. And I don't want Auska to leave, but I can understand Auska's frustration saying maybe she should go back to Japan. But I don't see Auska leaving. I think WWE are probably doing something in the works with Auska. Since what she tweeted said she wants to run and rule over this the women's division, because she said the women's division is boring, and she just basically want to spice things up a bit. Let's see what WWE Triple H has in store for Auska down the road. Bobby Lashley, on the other hand, was not happy at WrestleMania 2, because he also said that he wanted a match. Said he was going to fight at WrestleMania, and absolutely nothing happened. Quote is saying it sucks. It's a big, it's a hard pill to swallow. And yeah, I mean, he won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. He was supposed to have a match with Bray Wyatt at this year's WrestleMania, but unfortunately, due to Bray with an unexpected illness, had to back out from the match. And it's kind of funny that they gave Miz 2 matches. I mean, losing to Pat McAfee, okay. I mean, and then having the return of Shane McMahon, only for Shane to blew out his quad, only for Snoop to give us the people's chronic elbow. I mean, you could have put Bobby Lashley, somewhere in there, to beat the hell out of the Miz. I mean, I will enjoy it, because y'all know I'm not the biggest Miz fan, but hey, seeing the Miz get beat up, it always makes me smile. But yeah, it's so. But yeah, there's your news from me. WB and WB's merging with UFC. Auska, I really want to see what they're going to go through with Bianca Belair, with Auska. I really don't hope the feud doesn't end there. Vince McMahon back in creative, but he's not the head of creative. He's just going to be more involved on a higher level. So he says we'll have to see during the weeks and months leading up to the sale. Also, tonight during the recording of this is the Raw after Mania, so we will definitely see what their announcement is going to be, and we will go and see for ourselves and go through it from there. And that is going to do it here. Please, y'all, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you want to see more. I've been your host, Mel Gooley. I love each and every one of you. God bless you all. You guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you guys next time for more wrestling news when it happens. Love you guys. Also, make sure that you stay safe, because this is a crazy world we live in. But hey, you gotta stay in there, because the best is just to come. Love you guys. Peace.